Flexibility is a major factor in your overall health and well-being. And so at Performance Chiropractic and Wellness, we have a complete flexibility exam we do to determine symmetries, asymmetries, how it works with our ideal, neutral, and x-ray evaluation, but we always want to involve movement into helping understand the overall health of the patient. One of the things that helps us do this is using the CoreStretch. We always want something reproducible, and this is hands down the best posterior stretching device that I have ever used. Now, it's not going to help the anterior flexibility of the person, but when you see just how simple and easy this is fantastic for patients to take home to improve their own flexibility, as well as clinically, it amplifies the results and the asymmetry findings we look for on people, and of course how it makes sense for them to commit to care. So this is what it looks like, and it does have a telescoping top, so it's very easy to set the distance when you use it for other people, and you set it for who's ever in front of you. So I'm going to have Jeanette come in here and show just how we use it. Again, another example of how we use the Alignabod, not just for ideal neutral, but in terms of how we implement motion. Because you will get people that have very significant asymmetries, and it really shows up very clearly on the grid chart how we can measure that. So first you just want to set it to where when they're sitting that it just tractions their arms out. We're going to start very simply with the legs bent and seated. That's going to be the easiest way the person can use this. So lean forward, come on up. Now the next level we're going to do is we're going to have her straighten her legs out. Now what this does is this increases the length of the fascial plane, where before we took the hamstrings out of it completely, and now first we just looked at the torso up. This is now going to look at the whole posterior kinetic chain. And this right here can help you find differences in people already. Come on up. She was pretty much even on both of them, but some people can go a lot further with their legs not bent, which would mean that the hamstrings are quite flexible, or if they can go much further with the legs bent, you don't have the hamstrings involved in that, and you can really have them communicate with you on the shoulder tension that they're feeling. Now these tension patterns that we're finding in people can really help us understand how their soft tissue adhesions are involved even in the conditions they come in with. There's a lot of people that come in with shoulder problems, and when we have them do this stretch, they're like, I don't feel any tension in my shoulders. I feel it all in the low back. And this is really important. It's not only where your symptoms are at. So this really helps us truly identify biotensegrity and how that whole is connected. And it's not anybody's technique opinion. You are absolutely getting the data of how to apply properly percussor, adjuster, laser techniques, soft tissue techniques combined with your specialty as a practitioner, and ultimately having a primary exam and then obviously a follow-up to is there improvements beyond just symptomatology, and you help people understand function. So when we had her straighten the legs out, again, that implemented the hamstrings. Now this is where we start getting even more clinical and to help us understand asymmetries. We're just going to have her straighten one leg and come forward. Come on up and switch legs so you get your accurate reference point. And let's just pretend for her she can only go this far with the left leg. And so if you saw a left hamstring that is significantly shorter, and we bring that into how we want to educate patients and compare it to the x-rays, if that left hamstring is shorter, number one, it should give you a significant clue. This is what I need to percuss. This is what I need to laser. And especially if you're looking at x-ray postural distortions, this is a significant part of why they're having some of the other asymmetries. Because you're not just a neutral skeletal system. When you actually walk, obviously this leg would not be able to move forward as far, how it creates pelvic torquing, and how that relates to all the problems the person has. So we always want to help them create a certain standard of flexibility in a symmetrical pattern. But the CoreStretch also helps us significantly identify asymmetries through the upper body and lower body, because the patients will communicate with you. You have the proof using the Alignabod of how this works, and you compare all your clinical findings together, and it will absolutely amplify your ability to communicate and the results you get as a clinician or strength and fitness practitioner.